So this video is to go through how to use Advanced Find within Dynamics 365. So Advanced Find allows you to set up views and search for any record and data within the Dynamics 365 environment. So to get to Advanced Find, if you navigate through to the Dynamics 365, and you'll see in the top right hand corner on the ribbon you've got a funnel, and if you hover over it tells you that's Advanced Find. If you click on this, a pop-up box appears, and within this box it will show you the Advanced Find standard field here. So here you've got queries on the ribbon bar, and then some saved views, results, a new, saved, save as, all standard configuration buttons for Dynamics 365 and in Advanced Find, and then edit columns and properties, and we'll go through how to use all of this information. So the first thing that you would do is change the view to find the entity that you want to look for. So in this one, we're going to look for some contacts. Now, I know that I've got a lot of contacts in my system, and I want to filter the contacts. So what will happen is when you choose the entity and you click on results, you'll see all of this information. So all this has is there's 744 users, and all I've got in the column names are the full name and the business phone. But what I want to do is I want to start filtering out this information. So what you would do is you start adding in fields and putting in filter criteria against these. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm only going to search for active contacts. Now that's under a field called status, and I choose the status, and the field then gives an option for the criteria to define. So we've got equals, does not equal, contains, does not contain, etc. All fairly consistent. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look for all equals active. So you just, when you've got the available values, you either select that and press the arrow and it moves into the selected values, or you can double click. Double click puts it in the same field as well. So now we're doing a report that says show me all of my active contacts, so 744 still. Now what I've decided is actually I want to filter all of the contacts that are associated with a company. So my company view, I want to then go down to the company name, and here we've got a field here, company name, and because all of the contacts, if they are associated with a contact, will have a record in the company name field, we'll have a filter that says company name contains data. So we click on the results there, and you'll see now it's filtered down from 744 to 136 users. Now, what I've suddenly realized is actually on these results, I can't see what the company name is, and I can't see what their city is or the address that they're located at. So I'm going to add in some columns. So here you would go to edit columns, and when you click on that, this will open up the view of the columns that you would normally see. And at the contact level, I want to see the phone number. So it'll be the mobile phone. And I want to see their email address as well. And I want to see their company name. So once we've selected those, they all come in, but they come in into the order that they are alphabetically added. So if you mass add it in, all you need to do is change the company name and move it left or right with the arrow. And then we think that the column header may not be long enough, so I'm going to put that at the end. I'm going to change properties and extend it to 150 px. And then I'm going to have email first, then business phone, then mobile phone. So that adds in the columns. But what you'll see is in here, when I want to add in the company name address, this is the address for the contact. So what I need to do is change the record type from contact to the company name. And this is the account information. So this is the company name for the account, and I want the full address, and I want the address city, and I want the address country. So we'll add in those columns. You'll see they all go in line as well. So I want city first, and if you can't quite work out what is saying on the column headers, just hover over and it will show you what the details are. So that's the full address of the company. That definitely needs to be changed in width size. So we OK that, and then I think that looks OK, so we'll add that result. Those columns are in, and then we click on the results, and then we'll see that these are the details that we put in now. So we've got the full name of the person, the email address, their phone number, mobile phone, the company name, their address, the city, and their country. Now, what I want to do is I want to filter out all of the contacts that are associated with the USA. So, but what I found is actually, if I click on that column header and sort it out, it's got all of these countries that I don't want to see. All I want to see are these proper ones, these ones at the end. But there's 4 different spellings of the US. So there's U.S., United States, and USA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then go to the column and I'm going to choose the company name. So I would then go down to the company name, which is the lookup entity. So it's the child entity that we're looking at. So company name, account. And I want to say that I want address 1, country region. I want it to equal US. So we look at the results there. That split the filter down. There's only 27. But remember, we had some that were U.S. and USA and United States. So I'm also going to add in another filter criteria for country and region. So if I do in equals U.S. Now what will happen here is this will do the filter criteria, and there is nothing there because we've not put any controls around that view. So we would select the view and select the row there, and then we will group all. So now we're saying the country or region equals the US or it equals U.S. Click on the results, and we've now got 40. Now we've also got to put in the address of USA. So again, we go to country region equals USA. But because we've got this criteria here, we need to ungroup, and then we need to regroup all of these. It's always best to build out these search criteria as you go along. So what you should be doing is you're building out the list, and you're just checking every time to make sure that you've still got the information in there that you're expecting to see. So again, we're doing group or US, U.S, and USA. Click on the results, and there's 89. But we've still not got United States. So again, we go in and we select the country or region, and we do United States. And we will ungroup that, and then we will group all of them again. So select all 4 rows, and we group all, and we look at the results. And here we will see that 93 contacts. This information is right for us, but actually what I want to do is I want to start to group it by the city and sort it in order by the city rather than the first name. So I'm going to do it by city and then first name. So if we then go to edit columns, you'll see that there's an option that comes up on the right hand side that says configure sorting. So we are going to sort it by the column headers. So we'll do full name, and you can't actually do the child records for the city. So because it's on the child record, so you can only sort on column headers that are based on the entity that you're looking for in the first place. But we've got the full name sorted, and then if we wanted to group it there, we can then click on the column header, and that will sort by the city name. Okay. So now we've got this advanced find that looks how we want it to look. What we need to do now is we need to save the view. So if we go to save the view, it comes up and says, what would you like to save it as? Customers in the USA. So here's the customers in my USA. That uses the save view. We can look at the results, and it's still working fully. If we then, what we can do is we can then close the advanced find, and if we then navigate to our contact form, and we need to fully refresh the view of the Dynamics 365 environment, scroll down and we will see that there's customers in the USA. And what we can do is we can pin that tab, that view. And if that view is pinned, that means that every time we go into accounts or go into contacts, the default view that we have is for customers in the USA. Okay. Thank you.